Welcome to today's video. Have you ever wondered if a daily vitamin could open the blood vessels in your legs? Even in old age? Often, changes in your body are not simply a sign of aging, but are related to how well your blood vessels are working. The truth is, when the blood vessels in your legs start to narrow or stiffen, it can change how you move, how you feel, and even how you sleep at night. Most people think the only way to deal with poor leg circulation is through medication or surgery. But here is something most seniors have never been told. Certain vitamins, when taken daily and in the right amounts, can actually help open those blood vessels, improve blood flow, and bring warmth and life back to your legs. And the best part? These vitamins are not exotic or impossible to find. They may already be in your kitchen or at your local store. Today, we're going to talk about 5 specific vitamins that doctors say can make a real difference in keeping your leg blood vessels open and healthy. Some of them you may have heard of, but I promise, the way they work and why they matter so much for your legs might surprise you. Stay with me until the very end, because the last one is something almost no one talks about, yet it could change the way your legs feel for the rest of your life. Now, let's get started. 1. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. First, vitamin D. It is often called the sunshine vitamin, but its role goes far beyond helping your bones. For your legs, it's like a silent helper that keeps the blood vessels relaxed and able to carry blood where it needs to go. When you have enough vitamin D, it helps balance calcium in your blood, which in turn keeps the muscles in your vessel walls working properly. This allows your vessels to widen when needed, so blood can flow freely to your legs. Without it, those same vessels can become stiff and narrow, making it harder for your legs to get the oxygen and nutrients they need. For seniors, low vitamin D is surprisingly common. As we age, our skin does not produce it as efficiently from sunlight, and many of us spend more time indoors. Add in the fact that some foods naturally contain only small amounts, and it is easy to see why so many older adults fall short. This shortage can contribute to poor circulation, feelings of heaviness in the legs, and even slower healing after small cuts or scrapes. One simple change, like adding more vitamin D-rich foods such as salmon, fortified milk, or eggs to your meals, can help. For those who have trouble getting enough through diet alone, a daily supplement can be a safe and effective option, as long as it is taken in the amount your doctor recommends. Think of it as giving your blood vessels a gentle tune-up each day so they stay flexible and responsive. I once knew a 72-year-old man named George, who had been dealing with constant cramping in his calves. He thought it was just part of aging, but after a simple blood test, his doctor found his vitamin D levels were very low. With the right supplement and a little more time in the morning sun, George began to notice his legs felt lighter, warmer, and less prone to aching. It did not happen overnight, but over the weeks, the change was clear. His blood flow improved, and so did his comfort. Keeping your vitamin D levels where they should be is not about chasing youth. It is about giving your body what it needs to keep moving, walking, and enjoying the independence you have worked so hard to maintain. When your legs feel strong and warm, it changes the way you approach each day. And for many seniors, that small, daily dose of vitamin D can make all the difference. 2. Vitamin C, the blood vessels shield. Next, vitamin C. It is best known for keeping colds away, but for your legs, it plays another crucial role, protecting and repairing the very walls of your blood vessels. Think of each vessel like a garden hose. If the lining inside that hose becomes weak or brittle, cracks can form, and the flow will suffer. Vitamin C strengthens those linings by helping your body produce collagen, a protein that gives your blood vessels flexibility and resilience. Without enough vitamin C, vessels can stiffen and even become prone to tiny leaks, making it harder for blood to move efficiently to your legs. For many seniors, vitamin C intake quietly declines over the years. Meals become simpler. Fresh fruits and vegetables may not always make it onto the plate, and processed foods often take their place. This slow shift can lead to more than just weaker vessels. It can also mean slower healing and increased inflammation, both of which make it harder for your legs to feel light and strong. By keeping your vessels elastic and less inflamed, vitamin C supports steady, healthy circulation that your legs will thank you for. Foods like oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, and broccoli are all rich in vitamin C. Adding them regularly can be a simple pleasure as well as a health boost. If fresh produce is harder to find or prepare, frozen fruits and vegetables still offer excellent amounts, and they last longer in the freezer. For those who prefer supplements, a moderate daily dose can fill the gaps without much effort. I remember a 68-year-old woman named Helen who often felt tingling in her legs after sitting for a while. Her doctor noticed she rarely ate fresh produce and suggested increasing her vitamin C intake. Helen began adding half an orange to her breakfast and a handful of strawberries to her afternoon snack. Within a few months, she noticed her legs no longer tingled as often, and even her skin looked healthier. It was a small change that led to a noticeable difference. The video's call to action segment. 3. Vitamin E, the guardian against damage. Next, vitamin E. This vitamin acts like a shield for your blood vessels, protecting them from damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Over time, these molecules can weaken vessel walls and make it easier for plaque to form, narrowing the passageway for blood. When circulation in your legs slows because of narrowed vessels, you may feel heaviness, cramping, or fatigue even after a short walk. Vitamin E helps prevent this by keeping your vessels smooth and flexible, allowing blood to move more freely. Many seniors unknowingly get less vitamin E than their bodies need. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, which means it's found in foods that contain healthy fats. Without enough of it, your blood can become more prone to clotting, and your vessels may lose their youthful elasticity. That's why vitamin E can be so important if you want to keep the blood flowing smoothly to your legs. Almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocados are some of the richest sources of this nutrient. Even a small handful of nuts a few times a week can make a noticeable difference over time. Olive oil is another easy way to work vitamin E into your meals. A drizzle over cooked vegetables or a light splash on a salad can turn an ordinary dish into a leg-friendly boost for circulation. I recall meeting a 72-year-old man named Robert who had been dealing with occasional leg cramps at night. His physician recommended adding vitamin E-rich foods to his diet instead of jumping straight to medication. Robert began snacking on a small portion of almonds daily and swapped his usual cooking oil for olive oil. A few months later, he told me the nighttime cramps were rare, and his morning walks felt easier on his legs. That's the quiet power of nourishing your vessels from within. 4. Vitamin K2 guiding calcium to the right place. Next, vitamin K2. It often gets overlooked, but it plays a critical role in keeping your blood vessels open and healthy. While most people have heard of vitamin K for blood clotting, K2 works differently. It helps guide calcium to where it belongs, in your bones, instead of letting it settle in your arteries. When calcium builds up in the walls of your leg arteries, they become stiff and narrow, restricting blood flow and making it harder for your muscles to get the oxygen they need. Without enough vitamin K2, your body can slowly turn your blood vessels into something like hardened pipes. This stiffness makes it easier for blockages to form and harder for blood to reach your legs, leading to discomfort, swelling, or that heavy feeling after standing or walking. By making sure calcium stays out of your arteries, K2 keeps those passageways flexible, allowing your blood to flow freely. Good sources of vitamin K2 include fermented foods like natto, certain cheeses, and egg yolks from pasture-raised hens. For many seniors, these foods aren't part of the daily menu, which is why K2 deficiency can be more common than you'd think. Adding even small amounts regularly can be a game changer for your circulation. I remember speaking with a 68-year-old woman named Linda who was told she had some early signs of calcification in her leg arteries. She was already active and ate a balanced diet. But her doctor explained she was missing vitamin K2. Linda began adding a slice of aged cheese to her lunch and occasionally enjoyed fermented vegetables. Within months, her follow-up tests showed improvement, and she noticed her legs felt less tired during long days on her feet. The video's call to action segment. 5. Vitamin B3. Niacin, the circulation booster. Finally, vitamin B3, also known as niacin. This is one of those nutrients that doesn't always get the attention it deserves when it comes to circulation. Yet it has a unique ability to help your blood vessels relax and widen, improving the flow of blood down to your legs and feet. This is especially important for seniors because, as we age, our blood vessels naturally become less elastic. Niacin works by stimulating the production of a compound called nitric oxide, which signals your vessels to open up, easing the journey of oxygen and nutrients through your body. When your leg vessels are open and flexible, you're less likely to experience that dull, achy feeling after a short walk, or the pins and needles sensation that comes from poor circulation. Some people even notice a gentle warming sensation in their skin after increasing their niacin intake, a sign that blood is flowing more freely. Over time, better circulation can also mean healthier skin on your legs, faster healing of small cuts or scrapes, and less swelling at the ankles. Niacin can be found in everyday foods like turkey, chicken, tuna, and peanuts. For those who prefer plant-based options, whole grains and legumes also provide good amounts. Some doctors may recommend supplements if your diet is lacking, but it's always wise to start with food sources and see how your body responds. One thing to remember: taking high doses of niacin can cause a temporary flushing effect, a warm, red feeling on the skin, but for many this is mild and fades quickly. I recall talking to a 72-year-old man named Harold, who used to struggle with walking long distances because his legs would feel heavy and sore. His doctor suggested adding more niacin-rich foods to his meals, and Harold decided to make small changes, like swapping his usual breakfast for whole grain toast with peanut butter and adding grilled turkey to his lunch salads. Within a few months, he noticed not only better stamina, but also that his feet didn't feel as cold in the evenings. That small shift made a big difference in how active and confident he felt. Final thoughts. Keeping the blood vessels in your legs open and healthy is not just about avoiding discomfort. It's about protecting your mobility, your independence, and your quality of life. The vitamins we've talked about today aren't magic bullets, but they are powerful allies when combined with balanced meals, regular movement, and a mindful approach to self-care. As we grow older, it's easy to think that slowing down is inevitable, but often it's the small daily habits that keep our bodies resilient and our spirits strong. Think about the last time you took a walk without feeling tightness in your calves or heaviness in your feet. That kind of freedom is worth preserving. By giving your body the nutrients it needs, you're not just feeding your muscles and blood vessels. You're investing in every future walk, every trip to the garden, and every moment you want to stand tall and steady. I've met so many people in their 70s and 80s who thought leg pain and cold feet were just part of aging. But once they learned that something as simple as getting enough of the right vitamins could make a difference, their energy returned, their balance improved, and their confidence grew. It's not about chasing youth. It's about living the years you have with as much strength and comfort as possible. So, I encourage you to take what you've learned today and put it into practice. Check your diet, talk with your doctor, and find the simplest way to work these vitamins into your daily routine. The results may surprise you, and the benefits could last for years to come. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.